just looking at the spotting table itself. So if you look at it quite clearly, there are a number of things which are very advantageous to the way the spotter works. Firstly, what you notice that there are three guns at the top. These are normally used for cold spotting, as I would say. So what you basically have is an air and then a product on all three guns in the same way. What you then have is three containers, 1, 2, 3, which you can either put in water, product, and a different type of product depending on what type of stain you're trying to remove. So if you're doing wet cleaning, there's an opportunity to use products in that format. What you then have, the unique style of this spotter, is you have a flat surface, which is stainless steel. Obviously, like anything you do when you spot, is ensure that it's clean. Because if you leave any chemicals on it, you will transfer them onto the textiles that you have from previous. What you then have is on one side is a gauze. The idea of the gauze is to actually transfer product away from the textile itself. So a simple button by pressing it through holds the air gun down to it, so the actual fabric, and I'll demonstrate with the tissue, can be held very, very clearly on itself. So you've got a unique style. What you also have in retrospect is an actual gun, which is a steam gun. What GHIDINI have done for you quite clearly is opened a trough up. Most people will do that and it goes all over the place. So by having a container, you can control the amount of water rather than having it spread out in every direction. So by using the first pedal, you can take out most of the moisture from it, and then you can see quite clearly you get a good pressure level of steam that comes through it. So without doubt, you don't have a problem towards it. What you then have in the same time is a unique style. You have air which comes through it and just basically you put through. But what they've actually done with it is give you warm air. So when you're pressing, the actual chemical or the stain you have will actually break down much clearer. What you find uniquely about this spotter as well is you've actually got a funnel here. It looks very odd. Why would they have that there? Well, it's quite unique in itself, because if you've got very gentle garments, you want to dry them with a bit of warm air. So what you physically have, a button solution on the machine, pressing again the format that you have, and when it does so, what you get is air that blows through and dries the actual container quite clearly. By doing that, it allows the air format to give you a much drier format on gentler garments, as the case may be. So, that's the machine in itself. Let's look at some products and some stains that you've also come to see. Clearly what you have, simple formats of a stain. Typical one is coffee. This has been sitting here for approximately about a month, and you can see quite clearly it has a distinctive shaping to it. Any drink stains that you have will always come in this format, where you see a higgledy-piggledy sign on top.